would include athletic training, nutrition and dietetics, hospitality, restaurant and tourism management. Those are probably the most popular ones. Also fashion and textiles. So if students want to do any of those programs, they need to have a slightly higher IELTS or TOEFL. And then engineering. So those programs like software, biological systems, mechanical, agricultural, engineering, all of those need to have at least a 6.5. And then our college with the highest requirement is journalism because it's so heavy on communication skills. So if students want to do any of the 4 journalism college degrees, they would need an IELTS of at least 7 or a TOEFL of 100. So those are requirements. The next area where UNL really excels, as I mentioned already, is the value of the degree. So amongst bachelor's degrees in the United States, at schools that are ranked in the top 50 or around the top 50, Nebraska has an extremely competitive, really nice tuition. Tuition and fees per year estimated at $23,000, but it does depend on how many credits the student takes each semester and exactly what classes they take. But we predict that it'll be around $23,000. Room and board living on campus is just less than $11,000. Books and supplies is $1,000 per year for 2 semesters. And then the $6,000 of miscellaneous expenses are meant to cover all other expenses that a student would have living in Nebraska from August through May, basically, for a academic year total of $41,138. So that's the amount that we ask students to demonstrate to get their I-20, their immigration document. The other great thing about UNL, though, is that we do offer really nice scholarship support for students. These are annual scholarships that all students are evaluated for right away, and they go as high as $14,500 per year. So if you think about the fact that tuition is $23,000 per year, this first scholarship, the highest scholarship, covers about 63% of the tuition for the student and leaves them with an annual tuition of less than $10,000 per year, which for the United States is extremely affordable. And then if you talk about the value and the quality of the academic programs at Nebraska, especially those majors that I already mentioned, you really do have an exceptional deal. If you have students that do need some English preparation, we do have a pure English program that's called Intensive English. This requires no previous English studies, so students can start basically from zero, and we'll help them get prepared either just to improve their English or prepared to enter the full academic program. You can see the cost per semester here for Intensive English program. So it's $14,654 per semester, living on campus and including all of your fees, tuition, books, everything. This program has about 25 hours per week of English study, and the class size is very small. Students tend to make a lot of progress. We occasionally have students that start in IEP and make it all the way to full admission in 4 months. So really impressive. And then students that have more of an intermediate IELTS or TOEFL score that's not quite high enough for full admission, we offer basically a pathway program or a bridge program that's called Credit English for Academic Purposes, CEAP. At the end of this semester, the students will have earned 13 credit hours towards their bachelor's degree. And as long as they do well in their class, they'll matriculate into the full program after 1 semester. So CEAP is a really good option as well for students that maybe don't quite meet the full admission criteria for English. The last thing I'll highlight here is our next upcoming intake or semester because it's too late for fall semester, but the next one is the spring 2018 semester, which starts on January 8th. In order for students to have time to get their admissions letter, find out about their scholarship, and to get their immigration documents and everything, we ask that students apply by December 1st at the very latest. So December 1st would be the deadline to apply. The last day for Nebraska to send out the I-20 form is December 15th. And then our office will close for Christmas around December 23rd, and will reopen around January 2nd. We ask the students to arrive to Nebraska on January 5th, and then the first day of class will be January 8th. And we offer all three programs then, so students can do intensive English, CEAP bridge program, or any of the 150 majors starting in January. There's no problem with that at all. We'll have the same scholarships available, the same process for awarding scholarships for January. So there's really no disadvantage to applying for January, with the exception of the fact that it'll just be very cold in Nebraska. January is usually very cold and dark, but then it gives students a chance to get their education started and do the spring semester. By the end of the semester in May, it's really warm and sunny and beautiful again, and it's a way to give students a head start on their education and already get that one semester finished, rather than waiting until August of 2018 to come to campus. So that's what I have, I think, for my formal presentation. The one other thing I was going to mention is just that our brand new College of Business building is all finished and ready for students to start taking classes there. It's one of the most beautiful buildings on campus now. It's brand new. It costs $80 million to construct, and it's going to be very state-of-the-art, innovative facility for students, with a lot of areas for them to learn what it's like to do business in the United States. They'll have amazing classroom space and the chance to interact with their professors in their laboratories and everything there in the brand new College of Business. So that was the one other thing I was going to note there. And then I'll open it up for questions and see what you guys have as far as questions. E como o Beto já falou, eu falo português, e se quiser fazer a pergunta em português, não tem problema.
Yeah, everybody. So, feel free to ask questions. I think there's one excellent topic about the UNL is that also the student can make payments by semesters, and split in 3 payments. So I think it's very helpful for especially Brazilians that everything pays in installments. So, but yeah, so any questions?
Maybe one other special thing to note, if you are working with students that went to the United States for high school and were able to, maybe they went there for year 12 or senior year of high school, and they received an American diploma from an American high school, they do not need to provide TOEFL or IELTS for us. They'll already have their English proficiency taken care of based on their graduation from a U.S. high school.
Let's wait a little bit more.
Sure.
So no questions whatsoever. Let us see.
One more thing I'll show you guys while we're waiting. Beto can share these with you, and also David. We have program description sheets for each of our majors that are available online. So, for example, this is the description of the computer science program at UNL. We have learning outcomes, career opportunities, and companies and employers that have basically placed our students in the past. Some main sales points about the major. And then on the back side is the full course list of all the classes the students will take over the 4 years. So these are available for all the majors, and I think they're really helpful for counseling the student.
Yeah, so I guess not, Brent. So,
Sure.
so thank you all of you guys one more time to be joining us, to be participate with us. If you currently have questions after that, feel free to email me, or that I can forward to Brent, or we can talk. Anyway, just feel free to do whatever you think is the best. So thank you so much one more time, Brent.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.